Hey y'all, welcome back to I Be Knowing Shit podcast. It's me, your host, the one and only Goddess Siloam, Miss Foxy if you're nasty. Here on IBKS podcast, we dive into the mysteries of the universe and everyday life, sharing personal stories and practices to connect, educate, and inform. Get ready for mind-expanding, thought-provoking conversations and enlightening insights. And we're going to have a time up in here. So take a deep breath, center yourself, and let's dive into this week's episode. Sex is not just sex. Now, what do I mean by that? There are some people that are ignorant in the matter of sex outside of the physical act. And even then, some people don't know what they be doing, for real. Now, when I say ignorant, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Just to be clear here. Some people take that word completely out of context when it means lack of education or knowledge. It's not synonymous to dumb, but also dumb has multiple definitions according to you melanated indigenous people of this institution known as America. But let me not get off on a tangent and take y'all down a etymology and historical rabbit hole on this fine hour unnecessarily rolled back Sunday. Okay, so we are not just bodies of flesh, blood, and bone. We are energy. We are magnetic and a source of real transferable energy. Have you ever been in the moment of thinking about someone and they called or text you? Have you ever had a dream? Have you ever had a dream that you went and you could and you want? If you don't know what that come from, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, for real. Have you ever had a dream about someone you haven't spoke to in a while and all of a sudden y'all run into each other or they hit your line? That's energy, baby. That's a form of telepathic communication. It's no coincidence, okay? The CIA did studies over 20 years ago that can now be found online because, they wait until they own something else to tell us anything. If they ever do. You know what? Never mind. Tangent. Keep it straight, goddess. Keep it straight. So the CIA have studies going into great details about telekinesis, sometimes referred to as psychokinesis, one of the most powerful forms of energy communication and transformation is sex. Why do you think it takes a few minutes, depending, it could take a few seconds to create an entire human? A few minutes of sex creates an entire human. That's powerful. That's some power. That's some real power. ComEd, XL, DTE, SRP, Georgia Power, whoever. None of them got nothing on the energy transferred and transformed between two people. And I said transferred and transformed because energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. So keep that in mind along the duration of this episode and the remainder of your life. Because it's important to understand and have this knowledge. And of course, I'm going to tell y'all why. But knowing my listeners, y'all about to already know why. Because y'all be knowing shit too. Unbeknownst to quite a few people. Wait. That's an understatement. Okay, wait. So before I dive into this, if you have a hearing sensitivity to sexually explicit language, you might want to fast forward it 10 seconds or a little further. Or you might want to skip out on this episode because words are about to be used. They about to be used. I'm telling you. Now, unbeknownst to a bunch of motherfuckers. Yeah, that's right. That's the right amount. Unbeknownst to a bunch of motherfuckers, there's no such thing as getting pussy whipped and dick-ma-tized. Wait. I hear y'all disagreeing. With me, but hold on though. Hold on. Answer me this. Have you ever had really good sex with someone and it was good, but you did not care to see them again? If you did see them again or not, it was like, oh well, life goes on, and it did. Okay? Answer that. I'm giving y'all some time to think about it. Answer it. If it hasn't happened to you, you ain't had enough sex. Okay? You just ain't had enough. So, if it has happened to you, what makes them so different from someone you got hooked on, whose sex wasn't even as good? Think about that. Okay, here's another. But this is specifically for ladies. Well, I mean, depending on your preference, men, it could be for you too. Okay, so what's his name with the little penis you love so much? What's his name? Okay. I know y'all done had what's his name with the little penis you love so much. You were willing to mildly be undersatisfied to be with him. Why? And don't say it's because you loved him. You ain't know that nigga when you first met him. I ain't trying to hear that. It wasn't love. It was pure energy. You had sex with this person, especially if y'all raw dog. You had unprotected, irresponsible sex with this person, and y'all exchanged energy. Even if you use protection, it's the same. You still mingle with them. Y'all exchange energy and possibly transform some energy. And the feeling was exhilarating, even though his wee-wee was wee-wee. Right. Been there. It's the same with men. A man will hide a woman that he's ashamed of because of how she look or her reputation or whatever it is, but he will continue to have sex with her for years because how he feels about her during and after the exchange of these sexual energies. Disclaimer, I'm not saying sex can't be good or satisfying. I'm absolutely not saying that. Okay? I'm not saying that. That's not what's going on here. This is about the exchange of energy through sexual contact. Even when you shake someone's hand or hug them, that can be a transfer of energy. That's a non-sexual transfer of energy, but you still can transfer energy with somebody through physical touch. Now let's take it back to the beginning of this episode when I spoke on telekinesis, psychokinesis. Telepathy is a non-physical way of transforming and transferring energy. Think about that and what I said previously and how powerful that is, how powerful that energy is, how powerful it is that it can be exchanged without touch. So you know how powerful it is involving touch. You know it's way more powerful. Now in church, back in my church days, for those who still go to church or those who went, I bet a lot of church folks don't know when the pastor says, touch your neighbor or turn to your neighbor and touch your neighbor. What they really doing? What are they really saying? That's why I hated people touching me in church. When I used to go to church, I did not want anybody to touch me. When I was in church and going to cult service, it was still called church service. It was still called service. I'm just saying, skip this neighbor, go to the next house, because I didn't want unwanted energy being transferred to me. Like, I don't know what you got going on. Hold the hands during prayer. Why? Why do you hold hands during prayer? Why is it necessary? Why do you think it's necessary? Why do you think it's best to hold hands? Why do you think you are told to hold hands during prayer? You transforming energy, bringing whatever the prayer is about into fruition. It's no different than manifesting. Okay? Just another term for it. And when you do this during sex, it's sex magic. This is why people shouldn't watch porn. Don't get mad at me. It is what it is. The sexual exchange of energy, even when you are not physically touching the party, is why you should not watch porn, amongst psychological and physical effects that it can have on your mind and body. When you're watching porn, you don't know these people you getting off to. You don't know what type of energy they have. You don't know what type of time they on. Even though it's not live, they not in front of you where you can reach out and touch them. Physically, the energy is still there. Remember, energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred and transformed, transmuted. For me, that's why I no longer watch certain horror films, especially the ones about demons and possessions. And look, those used to be my favorite type of movies. I stay away from films like that. Any type of film of that caliber, I'm cool. Now, let's dive a little deeper into energy. I believe, from my research and my understanding, that we have 5 layers of energy. And I talk about this in my book, which will be out soon. The book is about how to live the life that you want, the life that you desire, how to manifest. That's what it's about. My book will be out in the near future, so stay tuned in, and I will be announcing I've been working on this book for a while. I just want it to be perfect and very informative. Now we're going to start off with the first layer of energy, which is the physical energy body, which is your visible physical body, also known as the house for prana. In simple terms, is where your life force is housed. Then, the second energy body is the etheric energy body, which is 1 to 2 centimeters from your physical self. It's 1 to 2 centimeters from your physical body. Third, you have your emotional energy body. It's the keeper of your feelings. This layer is located in the center of all the other layers. It's where all your fears and joys are located. This layer can create extreme highs and lows if not properly balanced and maintained. Next is your mental energy body. This layer is where your ideas come from, even the bullshit. Your core beliefs and system beliefs are stored there. This layer is also about personal truths and perceptions, how you view yourself, others, and the world. Last but not least is your spiritual energy body. The spiritual energy body is the last of the energy bodies. It holds your consciousness, which is higher awareness, higher self. The spiritual body is said to be connected to the physical body at the celiac plexus, which is your solar plexus, located in your abdomen. It's also where you get the gut feeling from. I like to call it your soul guidance, your internal GPS that sometimes needs to be calibrated because it can be off. It's important to understand these layers of energy exist and how to keep them balanced. It's important to understand energy as a spiritual being having a human experience because that's what we are. A few good ways to make sure your energy is flowing as it should be. A few good ways to make sure your energy is flowing when it should be, as it should be, or being conserved when it should be is exercising, yoga, meditation, relaxing, take a relaxing bath or a relaxing shower on a regular basis, and remain as stress-free as possible. Let's get into sex with a toxic person. Some of y'all toxic people are listening right now. So listen closely, because I need y'all to do better. Sex with a toxic person can be the best, worst type of sex. This is not a compliment, so don't smile. It's very addicting, and I'm not saying that in a good way. It's equivalent to smoking meth or crack. I have never smoked neither, but I've had toxic dick that had me looking like a meth head, so the similarities are very comparable. The way I was acting might as well have been on some crack. I'm not going to, look, I ain't going to hold you. Might as well have been. And it wasn't because the dick was good. It wasn't the dick. It was a toxic person and they toxic ass energies that had flowed into my life and transformed my energy. I don't miss them days. Toxic people usually have addictive personalities with no willpower and no self-control. That's how you can point them out. I mean, they can fake like they got self-control and willpower, but it don't last long because they really don't. Now, you have sex with this person, right? You have sex with this toxic person. Maybe you don't know that they toxic. You don't know them like that. Who knows? Maybe you do know they toxic. Whatever the case is. Your life is perfectly fine, right? Then boom, you 92 pounds looking like a wet ass possum. You 92 pounds looking like a wet ass possum. Or you 100 more pounds than you used to weigh looking like a damn trash panda. You know why? You didn't exchange energies with this person. Now they want to be around you all the time. You make them feel good and they make you feel like shit. And you addicted to the highs and the lows of the toxicness. You addicted to the highs and the lows of the dysfunctional relationship. It's nothing to do with sex. It's energy. The more self-aware you are and the more selective you are about your sexual partners, the less you have to worry about these situations, the less you have to worry about turning into a 92-pound wet possum or a obese ass trash panda. Sexually transmitted energy can be just as bad and damaging as sexually transmitted diseases. During intercourse, people pass attitudes, emotions, irritation from one partner to the next, just like a disease. STD, sexually transmitted disease. STI, sexually transmitted infection. Sexually transmitted energy. It's the same. Now, men, think about that when you accuse all women of having bad attitudes and being nags and so on and so forth. It could be it's been sexually transmitted. Could be by you. Could be by a previous partner. And she didn't get the spiritual cleansing that she should have before moving on into a new relationship. Think about that. Now, The moment you have any sort of sexual relations with someone, oral sex included, you become a conduit for their energy. Whatever their energy is, you become a conduit for it. You have to understand the power and sacredness of sexual energy, because you are literally inviting someone else's spirit to co-mingle with yours. That is the definition of dancing with the devil. You ever heard of dance with the devil? Yeah, you dancing with the devil when you have sex with somebody who has negative energy and demonic presence in their life. And if you don't believe in demons and possession or whatever, you believe in negativity, you believe in negative people, you have sex with somebody, intercourse, oral, whatever. Now, this person is beyond your etheric body. This person has broken a barrier. They're beyond your etheric body. And this goes back to being pussy whipped and dick-ma-tized not being a real thing. Because it ain't. It's erotic energy you get hooked on. It's erotic energy. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they threaten to leave you, and you care that they threaten to leave you, sometimes you really, even when you get to the point where you don't even like the person, but they threaten to leave you, sex is not going to be the first thing you thinking about. You're not going to be thinking about sex. You're going to be thinking about you can't live without this person, or you're going to be thinking about how bad you're going to feel living without them. How bad you're going to feel without them being in your life. Your spirit is energy. Now, as for one night stands, you are still exchanging energy with a stranger. But you have a chance to transform that energy by it only being a one-time situation. But you definitely still exchange energy with a possible serial killer. You still exchange energies with a possible psychopath. You don't even know this person. Think about that. Think about it. For people who have randomly gotten depressed or anxiety, it's probably not even your energy. Probably somebody you had sex with, and you didn't do a spiritual, energetic cleansing of this person that you co-mingled energy with. On a more conducive note to a healthy transmutation of energy and healthy sexual relationship and relationship with self, I want to say this. There are ways to harness and conserve sexual energy to assist in healing and assist in spiritual growth. Exchanging and transforming energy can be very magical and amazing experience, and it should be. You can use sexual energy coupled with orgasms to get things you want in life. That's how powerful the energy is. That's how powerful energy is, period. Everything physical started off as energy. Nothing physical that exists today, yesterday, 100 years ago, or that will exist could have been possible or will be. Everything physical is a bunch of small atoms together to make this physical thing. Now, I don't have time to get into the hows on this episode. I am dropping a midweek. I am dropping a midweek bonus episode going more into depth on this topic, because I want to, just on this part, I want to dive deep into this part. Before I go, I want to correct some things from episode 4 last Sunday. I gave y'all the wrong name of the show I was a panel guest on. It's Something for the Culture. Something for the Culture. So y'all tune in to Something for the Culture on YouTube and Facebook. Also, I realize I said this episode will air October 5th, but of course, I meant November 5th. October flew past like 5 holes in a Nissan Altima off of 5th of Casamigos yelling, "Hey!" Baby, it was gone. So, I'll definitely be doing a midweek bonus extended episode on transmuting sexual energy, sex magic, manifesting, and Kama Sutra. It'll just be a bonus to this episode, an add-on, something special for y'all. Show my appreciation for y'all tuning in on a regular, for the feedback, for the shares, for all that. And if you're listening on Spotify, just in case you don't listen to the outro of the episodes, I'll say it now. If you listen on Spotify, you can leave a review. You can leave a voice. Nobody has left me a voice note yet. You can leave a voice note. Q&A questions. You can answer the Q&As that are attached to every episode. So I want y'all to be y'all best. I want y'all to be the best that you can be. And I want y'all to understand there are non-traditional ways of getting what you want easily. So, if you're not already subscribed, please do. And turn on your notifications. I'm not sure what day I'll be dropping the bonus extended episode, but it will be before next Sunday. Tune in to next Sunday's episode. We'll be discussing one of America's favorite buzzwords, narcissist. Narcissism. I'm sick of it. Y'all got to stop using narcissist to identify everybody when some people may be psychopaths, sociopaths, or none of the above, but we'll be breaking all of those down and talking about what a narcissist is and how do people fit into these different categories. Yay, we made it to the end. Woo, woo. I really want to thank y'all for tuning in and for being a part of I Be Knowing Shit Podcast Tribe. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I certainly hope there was something useful you took away from it. Don't pass up the opportunity to let me know what you think by leaving a rating and review on the podcast platform you're listening from. And be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss a beat. You can always download this and any other episode and listen to it at a later time. For more content, join me on TikTok, IG, and YouTube at I Be Knowing Shit. So, before I let you go, honey, did you know that you can leave me a voice note? All you gotta do is go to Spotify Podcast, click on I Be Knowing Shit profile, and hit message to send a voice note. There you can let me know what you think about the show, give your input, and leave suggestions for future topics. That's it. We meet again next week. Y'all come back now, you hear?